back for another episode against the Clippers. This is going to be a hell of a game.
Live from Los Angeles, we proudly bring you the Clippers at the Staples Center.
You know what?
We got a chance for our starting lineup from point guard to center. This game should be a good one. One of the guys we'll be watching out for today, Jamal Crawford.
You know, OKC and
Jamal Crawford is a deep threat, but
I'm thinking not in the
on the ball. He can make defenders look foolish with that
game, of course. Yeah, he always tend to.
Paul kicks to Crawford. Shoots it. And that misses. That would have put him up.
you just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there. You think about guys who are purely about catch and shoot, and that's Darrell.
Like that.
He's got two things on his mind when he catches the ball. He's either going to shoot it or pump fake it, but he's really good at both, so you have to honor him.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, I briefly spoke with Doc Rivers. He said that if they wanted to double their wins against them, they'll have to be just as sharp as they were in their first meeting, saying, we can't get sloppy now and expect to win. We have to be just as judicious with what shots we take as we were the first time around. We'll see if they can replicate that, guys.
And thanks as always, Doris. And guys, the emphasis on quality shooting, getting those chances identified by their coach is a key for them.
Well, it sounds simple, Kevin. You got to shoot the ball well to win, but the way to try to do that is to get yourself the best opportunities possible, and that means executing offensively.
And not just executing, but not settling for anything but high percentage shots, guys. I mean, smart basketball and not forcing anything unnecessarily.
And as Darrell Wright's career has continued, Clark has become more and more of a three-point specialist.
I'd call him an Allen wrench because that's really what he does is shoot the three.
That's
not
good.
Nearly as effective scoring off the dribble, but at 6'9", he's able to shoot over most defenders.
Lopez with the steal. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Leonard against Jordan. Outside Leonard. Shot clock at 6. Here's Q. Off target from outside. Here's Hamilton. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
Pretty shot without a second to spare.
That can be so demoralizing for the team that gives up a shot like that to close out a quarter.
And that concludes a high-scoring first quarter with both teams tied up. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles.
Tune in Wednesday, February 19th. Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs take on LaMarcus Aldridge and the Portland Trail Blazers. You don't want to miss it.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
I was impressed with their transition game, guys. They really got out and ran the lanes.
Yeah, they did. I mean, no better way to get easy buckets than through fast breaks.
On the court for the Trailblazers, filling out the wings, it's Matthews and Batum. Watch out there with LaMarcus Aldridge, and it's Q in at the point. Here's Collison. The three from Barnes. That's good. Barnes has got 6.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper. You know, CP3 did a lot of things, guys, to change the culture of the Clippers, but one that maybe gets overlooked is how much he encourages and model talking on defense with this team. If you don't call out a screen or a rotation on his team, he'll call you out about it.
And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Shot clock at 2. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Well, small forwards that can rebound the ball, such an asset to any team in the NBA. With now a look at the top rebounding wingmen. Trailblazers leading by 8. Q passes to Barton. Q guarded by Crawford. Here's Q. Cashes in for a double-digit lead. Q's got his third basket of the night. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Paul is doubled. Jordan with it. Now defended by Blatch. There's Crawford with the three. Good, and Paul gets the assist. That's 12 points for Crawford.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Lillard dishes to Blatch. Three-pointer right. It's hauled in by Jamal Crawford. Here's Hamilton. No good on the buzzer beater. And so that brings the first half to a close. It's the Trailblazers leading by 7. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Doc, how would you assess the team's performance throughout the first half?
Well, we were.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Coming to you this evening from the 2K Sports Studios, this is the Halftime Report.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
All right, the second half beginning. Trailblazers leading by 4. They've got JaVale McGee. Collison is out there with Willie Green. And it's Crawford. And it's Barnes. And at the 4 slot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And the dunk by Aldridge. Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hi, Kev. Well, Q in their last time out against the Thunder gave them an edge. He chipped in his share of points and played some lockdown defense as well, causing havoc on both ends of the floor. He really was the second unit for his team in a great performance, guys.
Thank you, Doris. He was the player they leaned on that night, Steve, and he didn't disappoint them.
No, he didn't. In fact, he did everything they asked of him and more. And I think he really enjoys being that go-to guy for them.
Yeah, I think he relishes that because he knows he's capable of doing it. He's had some performances that have fortified his confidence in that role. So he's in a good place right now.
And out of bounds as the
Try to make a
Clippers gain
fancy
possession.
pass.
And the nation of intimidation right in front of us here, guys, on this overlay. Let's take a moment here for the career leaders in blocks per game, some giants of the NBA.
Well, that's what you'd expect, right? Mark Eaton, 7'4", Manute Bol, 7'7". I mean, those are specialists right there. And then you have more all-around big guys like Hakeem Olajuwon, David Robinson. And I'll tell you what, if you're averaging around 3 blocks a
Pass the
game,
ball.
well, that's top tier. So a chance here to check out some numbers for LaMarcus Aldridge. He was 10th in field goal percentage, 15th in scoring. And in terms of rebounding, he's in the top 20 in the league. So a guy who can really take care of the boards for you.
And Steve, you touched on his outstanding field goal percentage. I mean, he hasn't gotten there simply by having a hot hand on occasion. I mean, it's also a product of how hard he works to find those good open shots.
And it's Hamilton that time on the assist by Collison. Collison's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Kicks it to Blatch. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. And the Clippers making a change here. The Los Angeles Clippers come into this one following a loss to the Philadelphia 76ers.
If you enjoy comebacks, Kevin, then this was a great one to watch. But they were on the losing end of the stick. They never were able to recover after that horrible, dismal third quarter.
Yeah, it was like a story of 2 halves because they owned the first half and then they got owned in the second. And that's not the order you want to go in.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's McCollum. And that one's good. And the Trailblazers lead by 5.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Trailblazers.
Coming up Friday, February.
And Steve, we've got a moment here to go to our State Farm assist of the game, coming on some very clever point guard play.
Well, he mans that position
yeah,
for a
no
reason,
problem.
Kevin, because he passes the ball so well, sets up his teammates beautifully, really gets this offense into a nice rhythm.
Delivering the pass important, but putting the pass in the right place for a shooter is, as you well know, huge.
Yep, no question.
On the floor for Portland, Q, he's in at the point. Jarrell Wright is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Blatch in at the center.
That's his brand of basketball, and he plays it as well as anyone. And as we get into crunch time, they need him at his best.
And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And what a tremendous
Every
game
play
for
is so
Blatch.
goddamn stressful,
He's got
dude. I just want to
13
make
points,
something
and he's
good
put one
happen for once.
three-pointer on the board.
Going forward, I think it'd be a good idea to let him spend a little more time behind the arc. He looks like he has a nice touch from out there.
And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Trailblazers.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
You also can't overlook how well they defended the rim, as they've challenged virtually every shot in the paint.
And it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line. And that one misses.
I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second half, despite trailing in this game.
Well, you know, that's when you need to be most aggressive when you're down. Another good job of drawing contact and getting to the line.
Platoon passes to Q, and stolen by Hamilton. Crawford with the ball. Now guarded by Q. Hamilton kicks to McGee. The pass to Crawford. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Portland's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Q passes to Blatch. Drills the baseline jumper. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
Smart. Use that big height advantage. Get the shot off.
Well, it's hard to put a big man on him, Steve, that far from the hoop. I mean, he's versatile. That's really a tough call. One you don't like to see, but it was called, and now he's got to really make sure that he's on top of his game here in regards to not picking up another foul. That was his 5th right there.
The first one falls.
You know, with how dominant he's been since entering the league, we can start to wonder where Paul will fall in terms of all-time greats when you talk about point guard. When it's all said and done, I think he'll be right in that group of the best point guards to ever play the game.
Matthews, he's checked in for Portland. Batum attacking, 5 to shoot. And he gets it to go. Blatch has got 5 points now this quarter.
Even with the D lurking, he made it look easy with the soft finger roll.
We talk about Chris Paul's place among the great point guards in league history. The advanced stats community make a compelling case to put Paul right at the top of the list. Now, this is going to rankle some people, I think.
Well, it's all about efficiency when you want to talk advanced stats. And you know, so that means how often do you get to the line? When are you turning it over? What your shooting percentages are. And Paul has really good numbers across the board.
Jamison, a screen. Paul gets a screen from Jamison. Paul dishes to Crawford. McGee's shot is off.
You know, not really a significant margin in terms of them rebounding, but enough to get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, it's helping them get the lead. And if they can continue to rebound like this, I think they're going to be in pretty good shape.
That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Paul.
Boy, you don't expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
Barnes against Matthews. Here's Q. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
And the defense did a pretty good job of closing off the middle once he got inside the lane.
That's good. And now just a 3-point Trailblazer lead.
Unbelievable basket. What a huge height disadvantage. I thought for sure it would be blocked.
Not this fella, Steve. Not at this stage of the game. He was going to get to the rim no matter who was standing in the way.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, over the break, I listened in on what Terry Stotts had to say in his huddle.
I needed that so bad.
Them up to bring it home, saying, all night, you have all night to rest after the final buzzer. For now, we have to lay it on the line and try to bring it home. Guys, back to you.
Crawford kicks to Paul. Jamison inside. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 9th assist in the game now.
That was some skill there. Nice use of the bounce pass.
Hugh passes to Aldridge. Outside Matthews. Back to Aldridge. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. 6 on the shot clock. Hugh on target from 13 feet. Hugh's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And now both of these clubs really in a groove here.
Already a high-scoring game, but it has become an offensive showcase down the stretch.
That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from McGee.
You know, they really aren't putting up any resistance on the low block. That's the 5th consecutive basket inside.
And, Steve, these looks they're allowing are almost automatic. So how about LaMarcus Aldridge in this one? 18 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
Yeah, he's defending very well, Clark. He's disrupting the offense. He's playing the passing lanes, trying to put as much pressure on as possible.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. So he can't get either to fall.
They better hope that their performance on the line in the second half doesn't come back to bite them. I mean, they left a lot of opportunities at the line by missing those free throws.
McGee's shot is off.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
Pass to Matthews. To the inside. Stolen by Jamison. Barnes against Watch. Barnes dishes to Paul. Good! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
This is the red-hot version of Chris Paul right there.
And I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
You know, I think that's probably a smart move.
I think so, too. Hugh passes to Aldridge. And Matthews kicks over to Watch. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Ball against Matthews. Paul dishes to McGee. To take the lead. Oh, off target. And he commits the intentional foul.
Well, you do what you have to do to extend this game and try to get the ball back.
In this situation,
Get a
clock
bucket.
management crucial.
I'm afraid. I'm very afraid.
And he does get the second one. And that will put them up by 2. Here's Paul. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. It was tight, but they managed to come up with
We
the win.
still ended up barely winning. I should be pulling double digits. 5 assists, 24.
Job with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline.
Congratulations, Damian, on a nice.
Bitches. Really, really embarrassing. Unforgivably embarrassing. What's up?
I know I said it already, man, but congrats on making it to the All-Star Weekend. That's huge for a rookie, bro. You really earned this opportunity.
Pants with your belt on, but
Can't wait
buddy,
to get down there and
tucked
put on
in.
a show.
Oh, yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Oh, and look, I got another little surprise for you. You know how I've been talking to a lot of different companies about working with you, right?
Nike?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Champ Sports is really looking to do something at the Rising Stars game.
All right.
Yeah, they're looking for a fresh new face, man, to help rep their brand, and they figured that'll be the perfect place to get it started.
Cool, cool. Hey, you know I'm down with whatever. Sign me up.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. They're torn between you and Jackson Ellis.
Jackson. Are you serious, man? Yo, that.
Look, man, look. I know he's annoying, but he's a good player. They said that they'll roll with whoever has the better game.
Seriously? Whoever has a better game? Yo, you know, that dude ain't got nothing on me. This deal's in the bag, homie.
Yeah, I figured that'd make the game a little bit more competitive for you. Yeah, it should be fun. Anyways, you know, just thought I'd let you know, just so you could be prepared.
Thanks. I'm
Looking forward to the challenge.
Yeah, not to mention a little extra cash afterwards.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yo, can you help me figure out what this dude's doing down here, man?
Man, you know how these cats are around this neighborhood, man. I don't know what this dude is doing. But whatever he is doing, man, don't do that. Because that's, yeah.
Goofy.
They're in Portland, Oregon, my home. That's hilarious. All right, well, I'm still ranked. I'm still position 55, and I'm still a 6-man, so I guess that's good. Catch you guys next episode. Peace.